What you laid out was a really harrowing story. And before we go on, I want to thank you for doing everything in your power to get those fellow Americans out. And Mitch Albom, he went over this story for the Detroit Free Press, and it really sounds like a movie. He said it sounded like a movie, but he doesn't want it to be that way. I am curious because you said this now, and he wrote that you, as well as Congressman Mills, said, quote, not to expect any help from the government. Were you surprised that you weren't getting answers? Like you said, you were getting the runaround. Why did that happen, do you think?
This is my naivety. This is my second term in Congress. And when he called me, he said he had been going through some government channels and wasn't able to get anywhere. I thought, oh my goodness, well, I'm a congressman. Of course they'll pick up the call, right? I'm in Congress, right? That's where my naivety comes in. Is I didn't get any further than he got, and unfortunately, it became very apparent that the government wasn't going to help. Why? I don't know, because they were able to get out non-essential government workers. They just couldn't get out American citizens. So I'm not really sure what the difference is or what their criteria is. Rest assured, we'll have a hearing on this, and I'm going to get some answers, because it's extremely disappointing. That is the State Department's job, is to protect Americans abroad. So I have two questions. One, why can't they do their job? And if they're unable to do their job, then really, why do we need to fund them?
You're posing these questions now. Have you talked to anyone in the State Department since this rescue happened?
Oh yeah, they've been very kind and helpful once the people, once the Americans and whatnot got on the ground. Very kind, very helpful, but zero help moving forward on helping get others out. In fact, they have no plan. No plan.
I want to read a quote from State Department spokesperson Matthew Miller, and I want to get your response to it. He said this, quote, we are not actively planning for any evacuation, and I would remind you and others that Haiti has been a level 4 country with respect to our travel advisory since 2020. So what that means is for 4 years, we have been telling Americans, do not go to Haiti, do not travel there, it's not safe to do so, and for those who are there, leave as soon as you can feasibly do so without putting yourself at risk. What's your reaction to this, especially knowing the group that you rescued, or you were part of rescuing rather, was at an orphanage?
I think it's disgusting. I think it's disappointing. And the question that I would ask is, how are you able to get the non-essential government employees out, but not the Americans out? And from this administration, who cares about human rights and who says they care about Americans, where are they? This has been a pattern of abandonment from this administration, whether it's Afghanistan, whether it's Israel, or now Haiti. I mean, this is a pattern.